I was in Glencoe in Scotland the other day and came upon an old abandoned cottage. Along with the cottage was a plaque which was inscribed with a story which you might find totally tragic, or like me you might find it a mixture of tragic and quite uplifting. Anyway, I'll tell you the story and you can decide for yourself. You may know about the Massacre of Glencoe, and basically that's what it's about here. Well, here's the story of the tragedy and the massacre according to the National Trust for Scotland. These ruins are all that remain of Inverrigan House, built in the late 1800s, but before then an earlier house stood here which bore witness to the awful events of the Glencoe massacre on the 13th of February 1692. In total, 38 men, women and children, all MacDonalds, were murdered in cold blood by troops carrying out government orders. Many more died trying to escape into the freezing winter mountains. The 9 Scots pine trees planted around the ruins commemorate the 9 people who died here during the massacre. But local folklore tells of a 10th person, a young boy, who survived. On hearing the child's cries, the commanding officer sent a soldier back to the house to kill the boy. But face to face with the terrified child, he couldn't bring himself to carry out the act, and instead he cut off the child's little finger, smearing his sword with blood to fool his officer that the deed had been done. The story goes that years later, at an inn not far from here, the same soldier recounted the story of the boy at Inverrigan and expressed his guilt for the massacre. The innkeeper turned to him, held up his hand with its little finger missing, and told him he need not feel guilty, for the soldier had saved his life. There you go. Leave it up to you. Uplifting at the end, I think. If you like that story, and please have a look at my other videos, and perhaps leave a like before you go, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed already. You'll find several items of historical interest on my channel, including a fair number of videos covering the Covenanters. So please have a look at that as well. Thanks for looking.